Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Valor Knights Football, where tonight the Knights host the Second Baptist University Model Eagles. Thanks so much for joining us. Joined by Jake McCormick. I'm Ben Brown. And Jake, building off week one with a close win, what do we expect to see? What do we want to see from the Knights today?
I think we want to see some more explosive defensive plays. It was a really close game last week, lots of scoring back and forth. And we did have a pick and I believe a fumble recovery that really helped, or no, it was an onside kick.
Yeah.
That really helped us get a good lead. But I think today we'll see a lot more explosive defensive plays, a lot more stops, and just executing on the defensive side of the game.
Indeed, we will. Recapping last week a little bit, Bear Grismer had a really good week, 28 of 37 passing for 385 yards with 7 passing touchdowns. And then Connor McFarling had some impact as well, 8 receptions for 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. So we'll keep an eye out for those guys, especially out there today, right before kickoff, as we get about set for football here in Waco. We'll give you the weather here as we are just about set to kick off here at 7:30 p.m. rather on this evening. In Waco, currently it is 91 degrees. Feels like 98. That's debatable down on the field before the game. Nice breeze going, so we hope that that keeps up, and we will hope to see those temps drop throughout the night, dropping into the 80s, and it was really nice down there on the field before the game, and so let's keep that up. And just about to get set. Jake, here we go for game 2.
Sir. Can't complain about the breeze.
No, we cannot, as we are just about to go. 10 minutes on the clock, first quarter, as we are awaiting Second Baptist's go for kickoff as they break the huddle and get set to kick. Out there to kick for Second Baptist. We'll see if we can get his number from up here. It's number 10. That is Caleb Cook, the junior, kicking off for Second Baptist. Once again, I want to say thanks for joining us from Paul Tyson Field on the campus of Waco High. We've got football. Squib onside kick fielded by Cannon Smith. Smith up the middle and past midfield to the 36-yard line where he's bottled up by Second Baptist. And here comes the Knights offense, led out for the first time today by senior quarterback Bear Grismer. Knights looking to start fast here in this one. We had some senior day festivities before the game, and Seth, Bear, and Bennett, the 3 seniors on this roster, so they can have a big season for this team and contribute, and we'll see if they're able to do that. See Sam Grismer out there starting here in week 2. Did not play last week, still dealing with the after effects of an injury, and he's out there to start here in week 2.
Yeah, it's always good to see a player who's injured come back, especially since he only really missed one game.
Indeed it is, as Knights get ready to run their first offensive play. Have 3 receivers out wide, 2 on the close boundary, 1 on the far side with Bear in the shotgun, Duke to his right. Here's a quick bomb to start. Connor McFarling with the catch. He swung down inside the 10, and that's a productive start for the Knights, just sending Connor deep on a streak route. So he gets the ball inside the 10. Knights will have first and goal here with 9:45 to go in the first quarter. 6-man football we have here on this Friday night. Here's a handoff up the middle. James Hoagland busting ahead, and he is in for the touchdown. There's touchdown number 1 on the board of the day for either team. Valor strikes first, and we've got ourselves a 6-0 ball game here in the first quarter. Knights getting set to line up for the extra point attempt. Remember, in 6-man football, the extra point attempt is worth 2 points, and your traditional 2-point conversion is worth 1. Matthew Schlappe set to kick. Hold, and the kick, a line drive, and it is good. So the kick is good for Matthew, and our score sits at 8-0. So that's a productive first drive. Jake, see anything there and the Knights can build on?
I mean, you can't complain about 2-play touchdown, especially coming off first drive. I think we'll get a good couple of those in tonight.
Yep, indeed we will, as Coach Bird out there talking to our officials right now. I'm not sure what that's about, but both teams huddle for their kickoff strategy. We'll see if the Knights go for a onside / a squib attempt here, or if they just go and kick it deep and try to pin back Second Baptist in their own territory. Jogging out there with the kickoff unit is Parker Jones. We've got River Ackley out there, Matthew, Seth Flowers, Cannon Smith, and Luke Curtis out there on special teams for the Knights. Matthew going to the tee to put the football on the tee here as we get set with 9:35 to play for the kickoff. Knights getting ready for this kick. Second Baptist has 4 men up, and then a third, and then a fifth back rather, and then a sixth even farther back than that. Ball kickoff stays in bounds. Now going to pick it up is Caleb Cook. Cook running, breaks a couple of tackles. He explodes down to the 22-yard line for about a 15-yard return, and that's where Second Baptist will set up shop. It was a deep kickoff from Matthew, and then ball bounced in the inside the lines, and then Cook picked it up after running into the official there. Had a little bit of a collision, but everybody's okay, and they will start at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot the ball.
Yeah, great recovery, especially coming from I believe the 3-yard line.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Yes, it was. Here we go. Let's see who the starters are for Second Baptist out there. They've got a bunch formation with the quarterback under center, a running back behind him. Here's a pitch. This is Jake Raby running, and he is bottled up in the backfield by the Knights front. Bennett Herman in there on the stop for the Knights, and that'll bring up second down and about 18, depending on where they spot this football. Here we go. Second Baptist huddling here at their own 15. The ball is on the 21-yard line. And let's give you the uniform combinations here tonight. Second Baptist wearing a grayish gold almost helmet, and then white tops and white pants. And then the Knights have the white helmet, the blue top, and then the white pants. So a good look for both teams, don't you think, Jake?
I think so. I think that's a Georgia Tech or Purdue gold.
It's kind of an interesting, not quite gold, not quite gray. Here's a botched handoff that goes to Jake Raby, and he finally gets it. We'll see. I don't think they gained anything. In fact, they lost 2 yards. Quarterback had it, and then the Knights got through the line, and he kind of just had to shovel it there. Funky-looking play. Third down and long. This is third down and about 20, roughly, as they need to get to just shy of midfield for the first down. Quarterback is Caleb Cook. He was also the returner, the kick returner for Second Baptist, so we'll keep an eye on him. Jake Raby, a running back in the backfield as well. Here's the pitch. Raby gets it. Seth Flowers off a block, and he wraps up the ball carrier for a loss at the 15-yard line. And we'll see if they have a punt situation here or if they elect to just go for it on fourth down and about 25.
Looks like they're liking to run the ball, but they may opt for throwing or they might just punt it.
Yeah, especially throughout this game. I mean, the Knights' defensive front so far is not giving up anything in the run game. They've looked good in that aspect. So if Second Baptist is going to make this close, they are probably going to have to throw the ball here, and we'll see what they do on fourth down and long. Looks like they will go for it as it's Caleb Cook in the shotgun. Man to his right. 2 receivers out wide and a third right by the center. Seth Flowers gets a good look at the quarterback, but it's dumped out before then to Jake Raby. He's gotten the ball every time so far, but he's wrapped up shy of the original line of scrimmage from first down and 15. That's a turnover on downs, and the Knights will get the ball back in plus territory at the 23-yard line. Knights offense getting set to roll back out there here as we play on a beautiful evening here at Paul Tyson Field on the campus of Waco High. A beautiful facility, a nice field, nice press box up here, and it's just nice facilities all around.
Nice AC, too.
Indeed, the AC is a bonus as we get back to play here. Bear motions in Seth. Here's the pitch to Seth. Seth gets it, tries to make a man miss, cuts inside, then gets a push ahead from Bennett Herman, but Seth ultimately gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and we will play with second down and 15 with 6:35 and counting on down here in the first quarter. Knights lead 8-0. Bear looking to the sideline for the play. Now has it, kind of a bunch formation with Seth out wide. Seth motions in behind Bear. Play action, fakes it, comes back to Seth. Far side, Seth exploding, comes through, and he gets about 12, bringing up a third down, and manageable for the Knights. Third down, about 5 maybe, as we play here in the first quarter with about 6 minutes to go. Knights going tempo offense here. Bear alone, or rather he has Seth behind him. Hands it off to Seth. Straight ahead, a hole. Seth Flowers for the end zone. Dives, lunges, and it's a touchdown. So Seth Flowers with a good lunging attempt there as he was being brought down for the touchdown. That's rushing touchdown number 2 of the game for the Knights.
Great explosive drive from Seth there. A couple run plays. He was really able to get in there.
Yeah, just kept pushing on there, and a good job to push his way in and extend the Knights' lead 14-0 now with 5:45 to play in the first quarter. Matthew Schlappe will get out there, get set to kick. We'll see if he can knock the 2 through. Was able to do so last time. Here's the snap. Matthew's kick is good. So it's kick number 2 good on the day for Matthew. He is 2 of 2 on kicking today, and the Knights have a 16-0 lead with 5:45 to play here in the first quarter. So far, 2 good drives from the Knights, wouldn't you say?
I would say that.
Yep, so 2 scores we've got here down, 2 scores up rather, with 5:45 to play here in the first quarter. Once again, I want to say thanks for tuning in. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick coming to you live from Paul Tyson Field on the campus of Waco High.
Got about 5 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yep, let's take a look at that flag. The breeze still flying as it's probably a good breeze down there on the field. The flag is waving, and so it probably feels nicest we've had so far all season, which isn't saying much. We've only had 2 games, but a nice atmosphere for football here on this Friday evening. Matthew raises the right arm, set to kick. His kick is in the air and deep, and that will be out the back of the end zone. So a touchback will get Second Baptist started, as the Eagles last year finished 4-4, finished 5th in their district, and they're actually in the same district as Faith Academy, who, if you might remember, played the Knights. And Faith Academy will be coming to Paul Tyson this year, and the Knights will get to host them this year, so that'll be a fun game and a rematch of the state record 6-man combined points scored from last year. So that'll be a fun matchup for the Knights looking ahead on the season. Now I've got a timeout for Valor, so clearly not happy with the defensive play call there, and they will take a timeout. 16-0 our score, as the Second Baptist Eagles will be set for a 1st and 15 following this timeout. Coming 0-0 on the year. This is their first game of the year, I believe. The Knights, on the other hand, are 1-0, coming off a close dub last week, 68-60, won in the final seconds. And let's give you some stats from that game as we look here. Let's see. So the Knights had a good day last week. Already mentioned Bear and Connor at the top. Did not mention Parker Jones as a freshman. Had a really good first game. Had several touchdowns. Had a reception for 5 yards, which was a touchdown, and had some solid defense as well. So a lot of key intriguing pieces for the Knights returning, and especially building off week 1. Here is Second Baptist. They'll fake the handoff, play action, rolling, fires off the hands of his intended receiver, Bill Eichert, failing to haul that one in as it was just a PA boot out to the quarterback's left, and a good throw, but sailed a little bit, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 15.
Could have been a great explosive play coming off. He would have got that first down. Would have been really explosive first play.
Indeed. Second Baptist is going to need some firepower, I think, in this game, too, as we look. Knights probably have the advantage here in this one, but you never want to overlook a team, and especially that's when they can beat you, once you overlook them and just take them for granted. So don't want to do that, and obviously Coach Bird will never do that with his squad.
Absolutely not.
Here we go, 2nd and 15 from the 20. Second Baptist in their own territory. Caleb Cook takes the snap, fires complete short side for about 3 yards to his receiver, Jake Raby, with the catch again. And it'll bring up 3rd down and long, 3rd and about 14 upcoming.
Looks like Second Baptist is doing a great job of kind of straying away from the run plays that got him in some trouble last drive, and they're starting to get a lot more throwing.
Yeah, they've come out with 2 straight pass plays to open this drive. One was a good look, and then that one just to kind of get what you can get. So maybe we'll see a play similar to the first one of the drive. Here's Cook dropping back, rolling out to his left, fires over the middle, a dart, and it's incomplete, intended for Lewis Eichert, the sophomore, over the middle of the field. Duke and Bennett Herman in there on the breakup for the incompletion. And it's 4th down and 10 upcoming with 4:53 to play here in the first quarter. And this is kind of this is a big down. For Second Baptist, you want to keep the drive going. You don't want to stall out on your first few drives. But for the Knights, they could really use defensive stand here, try to push it to a 3-score lead, and that always pays dividends for sure. Caleb Cook goes under center. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out, fires. Bennett Herman gets the interception. He rumbles up the right side, and he's tackled down right at the line of scrimmage. So if that had been incomplete, it would have been the same result. But an interception's always good, and Bennett Herman has his first of the season.
Looked like there was some more potential from the Second Baptist drive there. They definitely had a lot more opportunities to convert.
Yep.
But it looked like looks like they could start something.
Yeah, they definitely came out with a different plan that drive, which you need to see once you fall down 2 scores. And they did a good job with that. But they also, I mean, they had a couple passes that could have been completed, and they didn't. So that could improve. But ultimately, they switched it up, which was good to see. I mean, obviously the Knights, you need to be prepared for anything, and this team has showed that they will adapt early on. Whistle blows. We are ready for play here as Bear is alone in the shotgun. Ball on the Eagles 23. Here's a pass to Connor. Now Connor passes it back to Bear. Bear up the middle, and now he's tackled about 4 yards short of the line. So a little bit of a trick play there. Bear firing it to Connor, and then Connor right back to Bear. Knights with a successful play there on 1st down brings up 2nd down and 4 with 4:18 and ticking on down in the first quarter. 16-0, Valor has the lead. Bear takes the snap, free rusher dumps it out. Bennett Herman downhill with a head of steam, and he's close to the marker. And let's see if they give him the first down. Yes, they will. It'll be 1st down and goal for the Knights. Bennett Herman having an early impact for Valor.
It was a great tackle, but Bennett was just able to push through that really well.
Yeah, he had the interception, and then even with this Knights team, just getting consistent 1st downs is always a win. Clock rolling inside of 3.5 minutes to go. Bear takes a snap, rolls out to his right, fires, pass complete, and that's a touchdown. Matthew Schlappy with it in the short corner of the end zone, and that will extend the Knights' lead. It is now 22-zip with 3:31 to play. First quarter as the Knights get on the board again. That's their first passing touchdown of the game. Bear gets his first after throwing 4-7 last week. Matthew, after receiving the touchdown, gets set to go kick now.
He wants all of them.
He does. Any points you can get, and Matthew's certainly got a fair share of them over the season last year and even this year. The kick is good. So a draw kick there for Matthew. He gets better every week. It feels like when the Knights extend their lead. It is 24-0 now with the Knights on top, and a big drive upcoming for Second Baptist as they haven't gotten it out of their own territory yet. They've thrown an interception. They're going to need to show something on offense upcoming here, and we'll see what they're able to do. So Knights team has been encouraging so far. You want to start fast, and that's what they've done so far, putting 24 on the board already here in the first quarter. And certainly things can be improved, but always good news for that as well. Okay. Thank you, Jake. Glad to have Jake up here with us, adding to the trying to think about what to call it. I guess the broadcast will call it the performance up here as we bring you live coverage of the Knights here on this Friday night. So, Jake, welcome addition this year, and hope to have him on some more games as the season progresses. Here's a squib kick. This one fielded by the Second Baptist Eagles, and then slung out of bounds at around midfield, maybe a yard shy there by the Knights special teams unit. Also want to say congratulations to Coach Foy as he and his wife had their first baby last week, and super happy for them. And if you're listening, I want to give you a shout out. And we love all the coaches up here in the booth, and Coach Foy, we really love you, and congratulations on the baby.
For sure.
Indeed, yep. It's always exciting, and so congratulations to them, and so happy for them. Knights get set to be on defense here with Second Baptist with their best position of the ball game from their own 39. Here's the pitch. This is Raby up the middle, pushing on through, but only about a yard or two before that stout Knights front gets in there to stop him. Seth Flowers, Bennett Herman, Sam Grismer, and Luke Curtis all in the pile to bring him down. Remember, in six-man football, it is an 80-yard field, and the sidelines are shrunk, so it's a smaller field that we're playing with here today rather than 11-man. And so, yeah, and then we've also got 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10. And then another big rule is that the extra point attempts, the traditional that are worth 1 are worth 2. And then the traditional 2-point conversion is worth 1. So those are flip-flopped. Those are the big changes in six-man. And, yeah, glad to have a former six-man player up here in the booth. Handoff going absolutely nowhere as the Knights get off the blocks again. Ben Herman having a really nice game up front and in the secondary as he picks up a tackle for loss there.
Defensive line's been fiery this game. They've done a great job of putting pressure on the quarterback and just absolutely shredding up the backfield.
Indeed, and I think after last week, we talked about the defensive line being an area that the Knights could really improve this year with some new speed and just cycling some fresh guys out there. And they look to have done that so far in this one. They didn't have a good performance last week, but look to be building on it this week. 3rd down and long. It is about 3rd and 19 as we take under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Second Baptist. Cook rolling out, fires long, and the pass is too long. Coverage there by Parker Jones in the secondary as he locked up Bill Eichard. And that'll bring up 4th down and 19 upcoming following the incomplete pass. Second Baptist taking a shot deep there, and you like to see the aggressiveness. We've seen Valor take a couple shots deep already, and Second Baptist following suit there. But another big down on 4th down as they are looking to convert 0 of 3, I believe, on 4th downs already here in this one. Good crowd on hand here for Game 2 as we take a look out at the stands. It's a good turnout, and the Knights traditionally, like even last year, had a good turnout, and the fans are always really supportive, and I love to see them out here. Here's the 4th down snap. Pitch back. Now we're going to run. It's the quarterback, Cook. He's got some jets. Turns it on. 1st down and more. Running for the end zone, and that's a touchdown for Second Baptist. So they score their first touchdown of the ball game. A rushing touchdown for Caleb Cook, the quarterback. And I say he's the quarterback. He's been the quarterback so far, but it was a snap to the traditional running back, Raby, and then he pitched it to a Cook, and he hit some wheels, man, as he just turned it upfield and went vertical for about 50 yards there for the touchdown.
Would have been great on a fantasy team. Could have got a bunch of points from just that one play.
Indeed. It would have been a game changer in fantasy for sure, and it puts them on the board. So 24-6 our score with 1:34 to go. Looks like they may line up to go for 1 here with the traditional 2-point conversion is worth 1. Run and play from the 2, and we'll see if they're able to convert here. That is indeed what they are going to do. Looks like they've got Cook under center, Raby behind him. Here's Cook. He'll hand it off. Raby through the line. He's stuffed. Did he get to the end zone? He did not, says the official coming from the far side. So the extra point attempt for 1 is no good. And it is 24-6 with 1:34 play here in the first quarter. Sun's starting to go down here at Paul Tyson Field. The lights are taking mostly full effect here on the field. And it's just great to be back under the Friday night lights, isn't it, Jake?
Absolutely. It is electric.
It is electric, and fans are a big part of that. They've showed up and showed out today to support the Knights. Once again, I want to say thanks for tuning in. Spread the word. We'll take anybody who's not at the game to listen here tonight. Just trying to provide everybody that is unable to make it out with an avenue to listen. Knights getting set to receive the kickoff following the Second Baptist touchdown. Ball being placed on the tee as the Knights unit is out there back deep to return it should the kickoff go deep. Second Baptist kicking off earlier. It was a squib attempt, so we may not see them kick it deep here in this one, but well, let's see what they elect to do.
Wouldn't put it past them to get an onside kick and get a explosive recovery.
Indeed, yeah, that can turn some momentum here as the kick is squibbed. That's a good one. Did it roll 10 yards? Or 15 yards, I think it has to be. No, it did not. Flag comes out. And the Knights will take possession here with about 1:34 play here in the first quarter. Just around midfield. They'll mark it 5 yards short of midfield. I believe, here as the Knights go out for their 4th drive of the ball game.
Not a bad attempt from the Eagles, but just didn't go far enough.
Yeah, just didn't get the roll to go far enough, and that's what we've seen. Most of the attempts that are not recovered, they just don't quite have enough on them to get past. I believe it's 15 yards needed for the attempt. We've seen the Knights do it a couple times this year where they've been able to recover it. In fact, they had one last week that was a big turning point in that win. And as the ball will be placed in enemy territory, actually, here at the Eagles 39, it'll be 1st and 15 for Valor. Bear leads the offense out there. James to his right, Duke to his left. He is in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Duke. Duke will run. Duke makes a move, still going on his feet, plows out of bounds, close to the first down marker as he went out right about there. That is at the about the 20-yard line. Let's see where they mark the football here. It looks like we will play a 2nd down here, 2nd down and about 3.
Just short.
Just short, yep, as the Knights unit looking to the sideline for the play here. See Bear out there, Duke out there, James, Sam Grismer at a center, and then I believe Bennett out there as well, and Connor at receiver also. Bear has time in the pocket, now rushed, fires, gets it out. This is James. James Hoagland tripped up by a defender, but he's got enough for the 1st down. Down about the 12-yard line. So in enemy territory at the Eagles 12, Knights will have 1st and goal.
Almost a great play. He had some explosive speed, but Eagles did a great job of tripping him up.
Yep, and we get set to continue play here. 1 minute and 11 seconds left, 1st quarter. Knights have a 24-6 lead over the visiting 2nd Baptist Eagles. Bear takes the high snap, fires, gets it out quickly. Miscommunication there as James didn't get the head turned around in time to reel that football in. And that brings up 2nd down and 15. Just a little bit of a slant over the middle there that was not connected on. Here is 2nd down and 13. 2nd down and goal as the end zone is the target here for the Knights. 2 receivers on the far side. Here's Bear rolling out, got a man in his face, fires, corner of the end zone, incomplete. Duke lays out in the attempt to grab that, and so it will bring up 3rd down after back-to-back incomplete passes. I want to apologize, we may not have the greatest streaming here as we are running off some Wi-Fi here tonight, so we may have some buffering, so apologize for that, but hopefully we can stay on the air, and hopefully that gets resolved. It goes in and out throughout, so yeah, just want to say sorry about that, but we're trying, and hopefully that gets fixed. Here's a handoff to Duke. 3rd down, makes a man miss inside. Now back and wrapped up at about the 10-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and goal from the 10, and it looks like the Knights will run a play rather than elect to try and kick. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining us. I want to give a shout-out to Coach Foy and the Foys who are listening. And so thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in here on this Friday evening. Again, a great turnout from the fans here at Paul Tyson Field on the campus of Waco High. We've got a timeout for the Knights as they get set to run this 4th down play. And 4th down and 10, up 24-6, a chance to make it a 4-possession lead. What do you think Coach Bird's going to draw up here, Jake?
I think he's going to draw up something new. He likes to be dynamic and coming up with new plays and being creative to get them in the end zone, especially in a situation where they have a bit of an advantage. He's going to want to get some good practice in with something unique, something that'll challenge the Knights to do something different.
Indeed, yeah. Coach has that full arsenal of plays, and we'll see what he picks from here. Probably see a pass. Could see a run, but probably see a pass. We will see what they draw up here on this Friday evening. Sun has pretty much all the way gone down here at the end of the 1st quarter. Lights have full effect on the field, and Jake, there's something about Friday night lights that it's just special, and it's just unique out here. Obviously, you played last year. You got to experience that down on the field, and now you're up here with me in the broadcast booth. So seeing the 2 aspects of it, what's it like?
It's definitely different. Being on the field is a lot. You're getting ready to play, getting excited with the players. It's fun to run down with them.
Indeed. Bear fires, end zone, incomplete. Connor made a leaping attempt to try and catch that ball in the corner of the end zone, but a nice hit from the defender knocks the ball out. And that's a stop for 2nd Baptist, so their defense holds up strong there on the Knights' attempt to score.
Looks like the Eagles are slowly chipping away, trying to make a recovery. But Knights, Coach Bird is going to make sure that they keep this game not as close as he wants.
Yeah, he'll have some adjustments up his sleeve, and we'll see. The defense has been relatively good so far. Other than that one big play, the Knights defense has pretty much locked it down. And so with the Eagles starting at their own 10, we'll see what they're able to do here. In this game so far, Bear with a passing touchdown, James with a rushing touchdown, Seth also with a rushing touchdown, and Matthew has a receiving touchdown on the night. Bennett also with an interception on that defensive stop, 2 drives ago. Here we go. Caleb Cook in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Or rather, it's Raby that takes the snap. Cook has it. Fires. Pass complete. Bill Eichard with the catch. Junior makes the 18-yard catch. That's a first down. It'll move the chains. And we'll see if they get off another play here in this first quarter with about 20 seconds to go. Good play there from the Eagles. That was that crossing route over the middle that they hit on again. They've tried to go to that a couple of times, and that time they were able to get it. We'll see if the Knights are able to adjust and try and stop that throughout the night. Here's the snap. Seth and Cannon rush in the quarterback's face. He gets it out. Nice pass there, complete to Lewis Eichard for the catch. And as the buzzer sounds at the end of the first quarter, the Knights lead 24-6 with 1 quarter down. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with a stats recap from Jake after 24-6. Our score, Knights have the lead. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Knights football here at Paul Tyson Field. Valor leads 24-6 over the visiting Second Baptist Eagles. And Jake has a stats recap for us at the end of 1. What do you got, Jake?
Absolutely. We got Bear quarterback. He's got 1 for 1. Or, no, he's definitely got more than 1 for 1. I just forgot to write it down. But he's got multiple touchdown passes. Seth has a touchdown run. James has a touchdown. Matthew has a touchdown. Matthew's gone 3 for 3 on kicks. The Valor defense has gotten multiple stops as well as an interception. And Connor and I believe James have both had a catch.
Yep. Oh, here is a absolutely busted play where somehow Second Baptist keeps the football, so I have to break that one down for you. It was a snap and then a pass attempt, but Seth and Cannon got in there quickly, and it looked like they'd brought down the quarterback, but at the same time, the ball squirted out, and Second Baptist recovered it. So it looks like they'll have third down here upcoming. It'll be third down and about 14 maybe. Yeah, third down and 14 with 9:25 to play here in the second quarter as we are just underway here in the second quarter. Third down, a high snap. Here's Cook rolling out to his right. He's going to run, and now he's brought down from behind. A strong tackle there for the Knights, 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up fourth down and about 12. Fourth down and about 11 to 12, somewhere in there for Second Baptist as they look to convert on this fourth down.
I'd describe what Seth did as a spider jump from behind to take down the defender.
Indeed, yeah, it was a big hit from behind. And that's something this defense, I think, can be a really strong unit this year. Added some depth there with some freshmen who came in. And then, obviously, Seth Flowers back for year 2. He can be a beast this year off that D-line. Here we go, 4th and 11 in their own territory. Second Baptist at the 25. Here's 2 rushers. Cook scrambles. He's going to have a chance to get it out. And now he will not. So never mind, Cannon Smith And Seth Flowers wreaking havoc there in the backfield for a sack. And that'll be a turnover on downs for the Eagles. Knights get it back, leading 24-6.
That'll be the third sack of the night for the Knights.
Yeah, the defensive line's been good tonight, and that's something we wanted to see coming into this, and super happy to see that tonight. Knights offense heading back out there for another drive. We're unable to get points last drive after getting stopped in the red zone. But they'll try to get points here starting in plus territory. Here's a screen pass to Duke. Short side, Duke accelerates, and he's gone into the end zone. A one-play touchdown for the Knights, and that'll add to the scoring as our score is now at 30-6 following the touchdown pass to Duke. That's Bear's second passing touchdown of the ballgame, and Duke picks up his first receiving touchdown on the night. Big play there for the Knights with 8:07 to play, 30-6. The Valor leads over Second Baptist. They're from the Houston Cypress area, so traveling a ways to get up here tonight, but certainly grateful to them, and also grateful for our officials tonight as well. Matthew's kick is up and good, so through the uprights again. Make that 4 of 4 for Matthew now on kicks. Knights lead 32-6 with 8:07 to play here in the second quarter as we play here at Paul Tyson Field. Let's give you a weather update. We'll see if that has changed at all here in this game. Started at about 91 at kickoff, and let's see, it is still about 90 here as it'll drop to the mid to high 80s as the night goes on, so we'll keep an eye on that. Also about 10-mile-an-hour wind going here at Paul Tyson Field with the flag waving in the past the end zone. Knights getting set to kick it off. Matthew Schlappe out there to do the honors. As Second Baptist gets set to receive. They've scored one touchdown so far with the score at 32-6. And the Cypress campus for Second Baptist was established in 2020. Six-man football came in 2024. So relatively new program. Of course, the Second Baptist, I guess, program or network in Houston is a bigger thing as this kick is out of bounds. And the Eagles will have a good starting field position here, but the Second Baptist Cypress campus, pretty new, and so seeing a new team here, just like the Knights actually, a relatively new program as well.
For sure, and the Knights have done a great job especially with all the coaching staff that makes this all possible, and all the families and all the support for the program. Indeed,
that is a big thing. The Valor community is special, and they've showed out today once again with a big crowd for this one. Knights on defense as Second Baptist gets the ball at their own 30 following the kick out of bounds. Here is Second Baptist up to the line. Led so far, their two main contributors have been Jake Raby and Caleb Cook have been the two that have really made the most impact so far. However, here is a Bill Eichert up the middle taking the handoff, and he rumbles ahead for about 7. And it'll bring up second down and about 8 here as we play in the second quarter with 7:50 left. Eichert has also contributed a good chunk today as well. So they've clearly got their favorite guys to get the ball to, and looks like we'll see if they keep feeding those guys throughout the night. Huddling for the next play is Second Baptist as this crowd gets hyped here. Second down and about 7 or 8 here as they approach midfield. Score 32-6, Knights have the lead. Here's a handoff, now a pitch back to Raby. Raby moving into the line of scrimmage where he's bottled up. So it was a handoff initially, but then Caleb Cook got bottled up, and Cook, in an attempt to get something there, just pitched it back to his running back, and they got maybe a yard out of it. 3rd down and 7 upcoming. 6:50 and counting on down here in the second quarter as we play under the lights at Paul Tyson Field. Beautiful facility on the brand new campus of Waco High. And a nice field, a nice crowd out here, just a great atmosphere for some Friday night football. I want to say thanks for joining us, Ben Brown, Jake McCormick, broadcasting live. Thanks for tuning in here on this evening, as we appreciate you joining us here, as we've got Jake on some broadcasts this year and an addition for some home games, so we're excited to have him. Here's Cook, stops, fires, almost a one-handed interception. Bennett Herman had a chance to reel in his second pick of the game, but as it was, got the deflection, and that'll bring up 4th down for the Eagles. Productive play there for the Knights on defense, even if they didn't get the ball back. 4th down and 7 upcoming here as we play in the second quarter. 6:13 to go. Knights lead 32-6, hold a 26-point edge as of this moment. 4th down upcoming as it's Cook and Araby in the backfield. Those two have alternated kind of at quarterback and then at running back as well. So we'll see who gets the ball here. Cook has it, steps up in the pocket, avoids the first rusher, now going to run. Running for the 1st down, he's got it. And there he is bottled up by the Knights' entire 6-man defense out there as they wrap him up about a yard or 2 past the marker. Good enough for an Eagles 1st down.
Yeah, great run from the Eagles. I believe that was the running back, right?
Yeah, he's kind of a running back quarterback hybrid.
For that play, I'll call him the running back. Valor did a great job of getting a guy in there to slow him down and then, like Ben said, bottling him up and just not letting him go anywhere.
Yeah, they had good pressure in there, forced him to step up in the pocket. Cannon and Seth really doing their jobs up front here tonight, but it was just a better play by the offense. And say good job and then move on to the next play for the Knights defense. 2 men in the backfield, that's Raby and Cook. Here is the handoff up the middle. It's Raby spinning forward for about 3 yards. Brings up a 2nd down at 12 at the Knights 30. As ball will be spotted here. We've had no penalties so far. Well, barring the kickoff penalties, no holdings, no block in the backs. Not really any penalties of that nature so far tonight. A change from week 1 where we saw some penalties. Obviously, that's an area the Knights want to clean up and have done so far.
It's been a nice, clean game.
It has. River Ackley subbing in for Seth Flowers on the defensive front as the Knights attempt to keep that D-line fresh, and we'll see them rotate throughout this ball game. 2 men for Second Baptist in the backfield. Here's the handoff. It's Cook. Cook jukes a man and then pushes forward for a yard or 2. So a little bit of a gain there, but not much. The Knights will gladly take that stop. And here on 3rd down, with 4.5 minutes to play here in this first half, the Knights looking to get a defensive stop on 3rd down.
It was a shifty run from, I believe that was Cook.
Indeed.
But Valor did a great job making sure he wasn't going too far.
Yeah, able to contain him there, unlike a couple of the previous runs, as they did so there. Connor McFarling out there here for this 3rd down as James Hoagland subs off, so just rotating that defense in and out. And if you have a fresh defense, that can provide a boost to your team where you're just able to get after the quarterback in the secondary as well.
For sure.
Here's Cook rolling, now pressure. Cannon Smith almost tackles him, fired over the middle, pass complete as Connor wrangles him down to the ground. He is short of the marker, so it'll be 4th and about 1 or 2 here for the line to gain. As it was a good pass by the quarterback, complete to Eichert, I believe, with the catch maybe, and over the middle brings up 4th and 2. This is a good-looking opportunity for both squads. The Knights could get a stop, and the Eagles could get a 1st down. 4th down and 2 from the 20. From the Knights 20, the Eagles looking to convert here on this play. Man under center. Here's a pitch. This is Raby trying to extend, and he is short of the marker. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage by the Valor defensive front. And that's a stop with 2:59 to play here in the second quarter, as the score remains 32-6. Valor leading here in this one so far. So far, both the offense and the defense for the Knights have worked in tandem to take a lead over the Second Baptist team so far. But Second Baptist has been good as well, and they're going to bring a challenge to the Knights as the Knights look to hold them off here at home.
For sure.
In the shotgun, it's Bear to lead out his squad, or Bear's under center, rather. Here's the snap as it's actually Connor in the game now at quarterback as he fires. Pass complete, Parker Jones. Jones juking, hurdles a man, and he's going to go the distance for the Knights touchdown. So a big play there from the Knights as Connor McFarling subbed in there at quarterback and then completed his pass to Parker. Parker made two men miss with a little leapfrog hurdle over a third, and just like that, he was gone for the touchdown. So a big play there for the Knights with 2:40 left here in this first half. 38-6. Valor has the lead with Matthew Schlappe heading out there to try and knock through two more points for the Knights, as if my math is right, I believe that's the third passing touchdown for Bear, and Matthew has a chance to make it 5 of 5 here with this kick.
That's what you get out of six-man football, a lot of big plays.
Indeed, a lot of big plays. That's a good kick from Matthew, and it is no good, however, as it looked good from our angle, but sometimes hard to tell, and I guess he missed wide of the uprights. So no good there for Matthew. He goes to 4 of 5 on the day. 80% success rate, you'll take that all day. And the 38-6 lead is the stat that matters most so far throughout this ball game for the Knights. Valor wearing the white helmets, blue tops, and white pants for the Knights, as the Eagles out there with a goldish Purdue-like helmet, as Jake said earlier, and then white pants and white tops as well. Knights getting set to go out on defense following the kickoff. See Sam Grismer out there. Actually, Sam coming back off, but Matthew, River, Parker, Cannon, Seth, and one more out there. That's Luke Curtis out there on special teams for the Knights with 2:40 to play here in the second quarter.
Yep. I believe Coach Christ is specializing in the Valor defense, and he's done a great job working with them.
He has done a really good job today so far with that unit. Matthew, kind of a high short kick. Don't see that a whole lot, as Raby fields it and is immediately bottled up at the Eagles 35. So the Eagles 35 is about where they'll take over as players get up from the pile. And with 2:33 to go, let's see if the Eagles can mount a drive or if Valor can get a stop. With Bears 3 passing touchdowns today so far, he's up to 10 on the year following his 7 last week. And then Parker Jones, in addition, now is up to 2 receiving touchdowns on the season with his 1 today. And some other guys adding to their totals today as well. Second Baptist breaks the huddle as they come up here for this first down and 15, starting at their own 34. Here's the snap. Cook drops back. Fires short. Raby with the catch. Raby breaks a tackle and then runs into a brick wall of Knights defenders for about a 4-yard gain. And it'll bring up second down and about 11 upcoming for the Eagles.
Looks like the Eagles' O was just a little bunched up there. Runner had a hard time getting around him, and Valor was able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, you see, it's interesting in 6-man. You see a lot of these bunch formations, and then occasionally the teams do spread them out wide. So it's an interesting mix of personnel groups, and for sure that is a an interesting thing to watch here with six-man football. Now we will have a timeout here. I'm not sure who called it, but we'll have a timeout here as both teams look to get their play calls here as we are inside of 2 minutes with 1:56 to play here in this second quarter. 38-6, Knights lead here in this one.
In the second quarter, Duke's got a touchdown run. There's a touchdown pass from Parker, as well as Matthew going 1 for 2 on his kicks.
Indeed, a nice stat update there from Jake. Thank you very much. 2nd and 12 upcoming for Second Baptist following the timeout. Also, with the 38-6 score currently, something to keep an eye on is there is a mercy rule at 45 following halftime. So if the lead gets to 45 or more, then the game would end. So we'll keep an eye on that throughout here tonight. Currently a 32-point lead, so still a ways to go for that. But we will certainly be keeping an eye on the score as well for that. Approaching halftime with 1:58 to go. Here in this one, 38-6, Knights hold the advantage. Knights heading out there on defense for the 2nd down and 12 following a pretty lengthy timeout. You don't see timeouts take a super long time usually in six-man, but that one was a bit of a lengthier one, and we'll see what both teams have coming out of it. Second Baptist has a man under center, I believe. Or, nope, snap comes back to Raby. Now Cook with it. Looking deep. Now he's going to fire over the middle. Pass is caught. A nice catch there from Carson Crossno, the wide receiver, a junior for Second Baptist. A nice catch there for a first down on that crossing route over the middle. Contested catches so far. Second Baptist has they've had a couple that they've hit on, but a couple that they have been unable to do so, and so we will see what they do here. First down and 15 coming from the Knights' 30-yard line. Raby and Cook in the backfield. Cook gets it, steps up. He will look to run as he is now bottled up and brought down here in this one, as he is brought down at the 28 about. No. So as we'll see going backwards here as both teams call a timeout. So we'll get that sorted out as we figure this out here in the second quarter. 1 minute 4 left to play here in this one. 38-6. Knights hold the lead. Another timeout. So a Second Baptist, I believe, used one there as they want to draw up their offensive play here in this one.
Compared to the first quarter, the Eagles have been doing a much better job on offense, getting down, but Valor's just been with them the entire way, holding them up to only 6 points. But both teams are doing a great job compared to the first quarter.
Yeah, they've both added so far in this one, as our score does sit at 38-6, with the Knights holding a 32-point advantage so far in this one. I want to say thanks for listening here as we come to you live from Paul Tyson Field on the campus of Waco High, a beautiful facility over here that we have the pleasure of using for Friday nights. And good Knights crowd out here on hand as we come to you live. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick with you for this one. Big 2nd down and 14 upcoming from the 29-yard line. In Knights territory, the Second Baptist Eagles trying to add to their score, trying to hit double digits for the first time tonight. Raby pitches to Cook. Cook fires this one a low pass, also a bit wide of his intended target, 3 yards past the line of scrimmage. I believe he was looking for Bill Eichard there with the attempt.
Absolutely. It was a great play. He was opening the field, just wasn't able to execute well.
Yeah, a little bit of a center or receiver, just a slipping out there from the flat, and ultimately the pass was a little bit off, and the the receiver was unable to haul it in. And six-man, you see some like blocking assignments that are at first a block, and then the receiver will slip out and then make a play. We've seen the Knights do that with their centers countless times, especially last year with Connor out there. It's a good play, and six-man just adds a whole nother layer to it with everybody being an eligible runner except the quarterback. Raby to Cook. Cook fires over the middle, and this pass is picked off. Duke with a diving pick there. Nice play for the Knights. It was a pass over the middle. It wasn't a terrible throw, but the receiver was a little bit behind it and was unable to reel it in. And Duke with a diving interception there. The second INT of the game for the Knights, as Bennett had one earlier as well. Really nice defensive play there for Valor.
Going back to your what you were talking about a second ago, the block into the pass with everybody being eligible, I can attest it does work. I caught a pass myself last year in the playoffs, so it's a fun play.
Indeed it is. Here is Bear. Avoids one man. Now hit from behind. I believe that's a fumble. Falls into the hands of Samuel Grismer, who's able to run for about 6. Not sure if that was a pass or a fumble. Bear kind of got hit from behind, but no matter. The Knights get a gain out of it, and you'll take positive yards with 32 seconds left here in the second quarter. Knights going up tempo, trying to get off a play. Here's Bear looking deep. Fires it long and incomplete, intended for Bennett Herman. Coverage on the play by Lewis Eichard, the cornerback for the Eagles. And it brings up third down and about 8 upcoming here with 24 seconds to play in the first half. Knights trying to add to their lead as they have a 32-point advantage so far. Bear with 2 men in the backfield as well as a breeze ripples through the stadium. Here's a pass complete and out of bounds. Connor McFarling with it. First down plus about 5 yards as he's out at the Eagles 31 thereabouts with 17 seconds to play. So the Knights still have a chance to add. And with six-man football, you're always one play away from scoring. Ball will be spotted on the 32, I believe, here, as that is where the Knights will have it. 17 seconds to play. Knights have a 32-point lead as we are just about wrap up the first half. Once again, I want to say thanks for joining us on this Friday night. Lights have full effect down on the field. Sun has gone down, and it is a beautiful effect down there as we are here on this beautiful Friday night with a good Valor crowd. And we've just got a great atmosphere. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick live from Paul Tyson Field. Knights come out for a 1st and 15, 17 seconds to go. Still got several plays for to attempt to score here as we play here on the first Friday in September. Bear takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield over the middle. Duke has the catch. Duke into the end zone. Touchdown, Valor. Like we said, one play away from scoring, and Duke has 2 receiving touchdowns so far on the night. Bear has 4. What did you see on that play, Jake?
I saw Duke go for a great ball. He had to kind of spin around to catch it, but it was a great ball by Bear. He's been really great. I believe he's gone about 6 for 6 on touchdown completion. No, just normal completions, but he's had numerous touchdown passes as well. So great play between the two of them.
He has 4 passing touchdowns so far. Knights have done a good job passing and running the football today as Matthew Schlappy gets set to kick. 10 seconds to play. Kick is high. That's a good kick from Matthew, and it's good this time. Bumps him up to 5 of 6 on the night here as the Knights lead 46-6. So a 40-point lead now for Valor. Remember, the mercy rule is 45, so we will keep you updated there as we get about set for halftime here. Don't go anywhere. We'll have an interview with Seth upcoming a little bit later on through halftime. We'll have some stats for you, and we will get a look at the Knights' schedule for the rest of the year as well. That's all on the way during halftime, and we're just about ready for the kickoff here with 10 seconds to play, a 40-point lead. So far, the Knights and Eagles have put up a good one so far, and currently the Knights have the lead. About 88 degrees here currently, with a nice breeze rippling the flag out beyond the end zone, and always a nice, whenever you have a breeze, that's always nice. And you just, that's a added bonus when it can ease out some of the humidity here in Waco.
Can't complain about a great breeze.
Indeed, a breeze is always nice. The AC is always nice up here as well. Parker squibs it. It kick is off of the Eagles, and the Knights are going to recover with 8 seconds to play and a chance to add to this lead and potentially, I believe, end this game here if they could score a touchdown as they recover the onside kick, well executed by Parker Jones, who's been a onside specialist for the Knights, allowing Matthew to mostly practice his craft downfield.
Great onside play from the Knights. Did a great job of hopping on top of it, all crowding around it, making sure they are the ones who get the ball.
Indeed, you are correct. Knights drag out Bennett, Bear, James, Sam, Connor, and Duke for this first down play. 8 seconds left here in the second quarter, so 1, maybe 2 plays left in the book for the Knights. Here's a pass. James gets it, laterals to Duke. Duke up the sideline, still going, 2-1, and that's going to be the buzzer. So we will not get to play another play here in this first half, and we go into halftime with the Knights up 40, a score of 46-6. Valor leads Second Baptist. Don't go anywhere. We've reached halftime here at Paul Tyson Field. We will be right back with some halftime updates. We'll have stats, the Knights' schedule further on for the season, and an interview with Seth. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. This is Valor Knights Football. Welcome back to Knights Football here as our score at halftime is 46-6. Valor has the advantage over Second Baptist. We'll give you an interview with Seth now, and let's hear what he has to say. Great interview there with Seth. I want to thank him for his time in this one. And as we come back with about 10:30 to play here or here at halftime, I said to play, about 10 minutes and a half left in halftime. Let's give you a look at some stats so far in the first half of this ball game. We've got Bear with 4 passing touchdowns, James with a rushing touchdown, Seth with a rushing touchdown, Matthew with a reception for a touchdown, Duke with 2 through the air, Parker with 1 through the air, and Jake, you got some defensive stats for us?
Yes, I've got, 3 sacks in the first half, as well as 3 stops and 2 interceptions from the Valor defense.
Indeed, the defense has been a strong point tonight, only giving up 6 in the first half. The offense, meanwhile, puts up 46, so a good showing there as well. Here on this retro night here at the stadium, the Blue Crew putting a retro night on so far tonight, so the fans all celebrating that here in this one. We'll take another break, and we'll be right back with a look ahead to the Knights' schedule for the rest of the season, and then further on in about 9 minutes, we'll have football once again. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Valor Knights Football. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Valor Knights Football as we've got about 7 minutes left in halftime here at Paul Tyson Field with Valor leading 46-6 over the visiting Second Baptist Eagles. Let's give you a look ahead at the schedule for the Knights throughout this second season of varsity six-man football. Obviously, last week started out with a 68-60 win over Prince of Peace. Today they play Second Baptist University Model from Cyprus. Next week they travel on the road to Allen Academy in Bryan, so that will be a non-district game. Allen Academy in action right now against Westbury Christian. So we will next week have Allen Academy, and we'll hopefully be on the air for that one on the road as well. Then it's back here at Paul Tyson against Garland Christian Academy. They're 1-0 so far. That should be a good matchup for the Knights in non-district play. Then the Valor Knights travel to Red Oak near the Dallas area, I believe, and they will play Ovila Christian. So at Ovila Christian on Friday the 26th. And then we're into October, and coming home is Faith Academy. They come here after last year we had a state record for combined points scored in a Texas high school six-man football game with Faith Academy of Belleville. So they'll come here. They are in action currently against Legacy Christian, 0-1 on the year so far. Then it's away at Jonesboro. That'll be a test on the road for the Knights on October 10th. Then it is another away game against San Marcos Academy. They came here last year, and so the Knights will go there as well. San Marcos Academy 0-1 currently. They are not in action tonight. And then on the 24th, Azle Christian. The Knights will travel away there. So 3 straight away games there for the Knights in October, the 10th, 17th, and 24th. And then a week or two off for the Knights before Wichita Christian comes to Waco as they will play in a district contest against the Knights following last year's, let's just say it wasn't the best performance from the Knights against Wichita Christian. They're looking to build on that with a rematch this year. So 2 district games. They'll have Azle Christian and Wichita Christian, 1 on the road, 1 at home. So don't forget to show out for that one. Azle Christian in action right now against Faustina Academy. They trail 13-8 in the second quarter, 1-0 on the season so far. And Wichita Christian 0-1 so far on the year. They are in action against Forestburg. That's a look ahead at the Knights' schedule throughout the rest of the season. 10 games on the docket, already 1 completed, and we are halfway through another. So with about 3.5 minutes to go until we resume action, we'll take one final break. When we come back, we'll have football again from Waco. Once again, score at halftime, 46-6. Knights hold the lead. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Knights football as we are just about ready to resume play here in this one as the Knights hold a 46-6 lead here as we are just about ready for half number 2 of football. I want to say thanks for joining us. Welcome in for half number 2. Ben Brown with Jake McCormick live from Paul Tyson Field here tonight. And the Knights have a 40-point game, or a 40-point lead so far, rather. They've put 46 up throughout the game. And, Jake, I think what's been the biggest improvement so far today you've seen from last week?
I think pressure to the line. Seth and Cannon were really able to break through the O-line last game, really put pressure on the quarterback, but they've done an exponentially better job this game, just breaking through, being aggressive and explosive through the line, making sure that quarterback doesn't get anywhere. And the rest of the defense as well, the DBs have done a great job of making sure the quarterback doesn't have any options.
They have the pressure has been really good up front, and then the offense has done enough to put them solidly in the lead. Want to remind you, again, the mercy rule, I believe, is 45. So currently a 40-point lead for the Knights as the buzzer sounds. We are just about ready to resume play here in this one. Want to say thanks for joining us live from Paul Tyson Field here on the campus of Waco High. Knights unit jogs out there as it looks like the Knights will kick off first. The Eagles are set to receive.
Valor can get a stop and score here. I believe the game will end.
Yep, that would give the Knights the victory, and that is the end goal, to get a victory here in this one. James Hoagland kicking off for the Knights as Matthew Schlappy on the sideline. Looks like maybe they want to get some of the backups, especially want to see what James has to kick here in this one. Kick is high, now fielded by Raby, and he is brought down just inside his own 20. Luke Curtis in there on the stop for the Knights, and the Eagles will have the football with 9:57 to play here in this one in the third quarter. Eagles desperately need points here, if nothing else, just to not give the Knights the football back here in this ball game. As a breeze keeps rippling on through, always happy for a breeze in this one. Can cool off the air a little bit, and that is always beneficial. Jake Raby and Caleb Cook have been the two main targets for the Eagles so far in this one. Pass fired over the middle, complete here to the center for Second Baptist. That is Abe Uribe with the catch over the middle. He's the center, a bigger guy as he rumbles out there to make the catch for about 2 yards. Brings up second down and about 13 or 14 from their own 21.
Valor defense is looking extremely excited. Looks like they want to put some pressure on the defense or offense and get this game through.
Indeed, the Knights trying to get a dub here, and we will see what they can do on D. Here's, I believe that's Raby running. Now he's going to have to fire it. That's a fumble or an interception. Not sure which one, but whatever the matter, it's caught by Aiden Murray. So I think we'll give him a pick there. Not totally sure if that's a pick or a fumble, as Raby was hit there by the Knights, and ball popped loose. Aiden Murray gets it, and the Knights have a chance to go down and I believe end this football game here if they're able to put points on the board.
For sure. It looked like he was getting caught up by James in the backfield and was trying to dump it off, and Aiden was there to make sure it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, glad to see some of the freshmen getting some playing time here as we see some of them jog out here. River Ackley out there along with Luke McCown, Moses Barley out there as well, Aiden Murray at center. So seeing some of the freshmen get some reps here, always want to see that. As a man goes in motion, he gets the pitch, and he is bottled up. That's Cooper Allen with the carry. Smaller guy on the field there, and he was wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. Brings up second down, and let's see, it's about 20, I think. Let's see where they spot it. They spot it at the Eagles 24, 4 rather. Now we've got whistles and a timeout for Second Baptist. So Second Baptist trying to rally the troops here to get a stop, and we'll see what the Knights are able to do. It looks like Rhodes Horner in the huddle also for the Knights as we see some of the freshmen get an opportunity to play. And Jake, obviously always fun to see the freshmen or the backups get some time. And you want to tell the fans about a memorable moment you had last year with a catch?
For sure. It was first round playoffs. I believe we were in Trent, Texas.
Indeed. Nice press box.
Yeah. It was a great night. It was electrifying. It was a little chilly. Everybody on the sideline was just waiting to get in the games just so they could get warm almost. But I got to go in off a fake block into a catch, and I believe I got 50 yards.
It was something like that. It was a big game.
I just about ate it off the catch, but I'm a strong guy. I can hold myself up.
And then once he got to the sideline, obviously celebrations ensued. And then you want to tell the fans about what happened there?
Well, I'm embarrassed to say it, but I did get run over by the first down marker man as I was being pushed around by the Valor team.
Hey, he just wanted to celebrate with you also.
Yeah, for sure.
But a great moment there. That was certainly a memorable moment. Cooper Allen up the seam. A big hole for the young running back. He's inside the 10 down to the 5. And the Knights looking to punch it in here. River Ackley in at quarterback. He's the backup to third string. Depends on if Connor's the true backup. But River Ackley out there along with some other freshmen. See Moses Barley out there, Rhodes Horner, and Cooper Allen obviously getting the carry. Luke McCown also. So good to see the young guys getting some time. And that was a good run from Cooper straight up the middle. Had some good blockers as it's Aiden Murray out there at center. He started the first game with Sam Grismer out. Here's a play action. River looking. He'll fire. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. Rhodes Horner gets the catch. And that looks like it will be the ball game. So Rhodes Horner gets the catch. And that means it's 52-6. The freshman